everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Dish with Candice Cooper. What's going on? Happy Thursday. I did a little sketching, a little coloring today. These actually I did a little while ago. But yeah, I thought to myself, girl, get off the phone. This is not healthy, being on the phone all the time. Like my default anytime I come home, get on the phone and scroll. And I think to myself, is that affecting our eyeballs? Is that affecting the shape of our eyeballs? My uncle, well, I have an astigmatism, but when my uncle was little, he also had an astigmatism. He probably still does. And the doctor told my grandmother to have him lay down and then go like corner, 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 corner. And that will like pull the tendons will pull on the eyeball and like re-round it out. Just a thought. Is it affecting the shape of our eyeball, just constantly staring straight at our phone and doing this? Inquiring minds want to know. But welcome to another episode of the Daily Dish with me, Candice Cooper. We're going to chat Jeff Lewis. And I want to say, I'm feeling good. I just changed my fucking patch, my estradiol patch. Shout out to my fellow perimenopausal women. It's been a hell of a fucking ride. I want to give you a car update, and I'm sure all of the people who hate me on here are just absolutely rejoicing at how much trouble this is causing me. I know you guys love when my life is a pain in the ass, so happy for you. Traded in my car on Saturday, got a newer car, and the next day it immediately, like, the dashboard lit up, stopped driving, wouldn't go from reverse to drive. I had to just turn the car off, brought it in. I'm in a rental, and, you know, we'll see how it goes. I don't want to give a shout out to this place yet because I want to give them the opportunity. Well, it wouldn't even be like a positive shout out. I don't want to throw them under the bus online. I want to give them the opportunity to actually make it right and fix the car or give me a new car. But I do know better because it's Mercury in retrograde, it's Uranus in retrograde, and I am a Gemini rising, and stupidly, I should have known better than to do all of this during these retrogrades. So this is your reminder to learn from my lessons and not do, just keep your car. And of course, the new car is like one big computer. So anyway, it's a journey, and I'm trusting God. I gave them a perfect car, and so I'm trusting that they'll make it right or we'll figure it out. And I am not, like, this is the lesson that we can all learn right now, and that I'm trying to constantly remind myself, is that this is the time that we have to have faith, right? The path is unclear. There are a lot of things changing and shifting in my life, but this is this, you know, we could believe in God and everything when everything is going right, but it's times like these. So I'm not letting it throw me off my game. I'm still working out. I'm still eating healthy. I'm still going to bed early. I'm still, you know, having good relationships with my animals, my friends. I'm not going to let this stress and all the other stress that I'm going through throw me off my game or make me take a step back in any way or shape or form. So this is your reminder to just keep going. If you know that you're doing the right thing, and, you know, just keep going. So yeah. Shall we get back onto other funnier news? Well, update, MJ Mercedes Javid of Shahs of Sunset and Till the Dirt has officially filed for separation from her husband, Tommy Fight. and she wants, I believe, physical or primary custody. Don't quote me on that, but she does want physical custody of her son and giving Tommy visitation rights. A lot of people are up in arms. They're saying that Tommy does most of the work with Shams, and Mercedes is mostly out working with her friends. At the end of the day, we don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. We don't really know, Jeff Lewis did allude to the fact that this was going to be a little kick in the butt for Tommy. He works, but he's not working a ton. Seems a little unbalanced. This is, for all of us who have watched them from the beginning, we've seen these red flags for a long time. He never wanted to work out with her. He never wanted to go to F45 with her. He never wanted to, diverge from his sports stuff. And I think that this is going to be a good thing for both of them. They obviously had to come together for Shams to, create little Shamsy. He seems like a sweetheart little kid, and I'm sure he has both wonderful traits from MJ and Tommy. He seems adorable. And so, it's better for them to be apart, be happy, be healthy in their own lives. That way they could show up as their best selves for little Shams. And we're also probably going to see a lot of this play out on the show because they're doing Mercedes, Reza, I think Gigi, Golnessa, they all are on the new, I think it's like Persian Valley, Shahs of the Valley, something, in that respect. But we're going to watch it all play out. And it sucks that we lost so many years because I love Reza. I love MJ. Golnessa, not so much. We lost a lot of years with them. I'm excited to see them back on TV. It sucks that Mercedes is going through all of this. We're going to watch it all play out, and it'll give us a ton of content for the years to come. Hopefully they keep them on for a long time. So let's chat about Jeff Lewis. He's been so funny lately. Between Monroe prank calling 911, between just like everything, he's just been so funny. And he rips on Michael Beck's weight left and right. I never knew what Michael Beck looked like. So because they took video away from us on Sirius, give us the video back. We want the video back. Thank God we have Andy and Kian who are doing our behind the scenes, giving us what we want. We want new teeth and a spray tan every other day. We want video. I've never seen Michael Beck. I've never seen what he looked like. So I saw what he looked like the other day on the behind the scenes or not behind the scenes, but on like their Instagram. He's so cute. He's so cute. And they rip on him so much for his weight. They brought in a scale. And before the show, they made Michael Beck get on the scale. And he did go down 2 pounds. But they are so crazy about weight. Holy cow. I don't own a scale. I just go, by how everything fits. Jeff is on top of it with the scale, torturing Michael Beck, who is so incredibly funny. And that's why he's a good guest, because he could take it and dish it and end it. That's Shannon, girl, you have a lot to learn, okay? He had Judge Lauren Lake on the other day. I love Lauren Lake. She is a grounding force at Jeff Lewis Live. She is a mom. She's a professional. She's a lawyer. She is funny. She is real. I love her. I love her. I love her. And she was talking about how she's not with Big C anymore. She's single. She's a single lady about town. She looks great. She lost a little weight. And she was like, ladies, just get yourself a lease at the Range Rover dealership. You pull in, they take your car, they, get you a car service back to your house. They get you a car service back there. It's so luxurious. It's rent a husband. You don't have to sleep with them. You don't have to do this. And I was like, yes, seriously. We're at this stage in a lady's life, it's past the marriage part. It's past the kids part. It's past all that stuff. We don't care about any of that stuff. Oh my gosh. Palm Royale. I started watching Palm Royale and it actually is so freaking good. And I couldn't finish watching it. But we'll talk about that. When I get through episode 1 of Palm Royale, we will 100% cover it and talk about it. So Judge Lauren Lake is like, whatever. If you don't need a husband, go and get a lease at the Range Rover and enjoy being treated like a queen from all the men there. So I'm totally with her on that. I do want to say though, anytime Michael Beck was on with Molly Sims, and Molly Sims, I met Molly Sims was on Las Vegas, the show, right? Because when I lived in LA in 2005, my roommate Stefan worked as a grip on Las Vegas, and we went to the Christmas party. Josh Jamel, right? Can somebody fact check this for me? And I had 2 maybe apple martinis and I was wasted. This is why I'm like, who even wants to drink at this point anymore? I don't feel good. I don't act right. So I was 21 when this all happened. And I remember talking to Molly Sims, talking to Josh Duhamel, knocking over the drink. I was just such a hot mess. I wish that I could have those opportunities now at this age instead of at 21 when I couldn't really focus and capitalize on them. Crazy. But Molly Sims is so beautiful. She's so California. I wonder if Molly Sims and Allie Landry are friends. They strike me as 2 women who would be friends with each other. But I love Allie Landry. I love Allie Landry. So Molly Sims, she was on with Michael Beck, and she's just so funny. She's, she's got wise beauty, and she's Jeff loves to break her balls about Enrique, her ex-boyfriend. And she's like, Jeff, you gotta stop. My husband is bankrolling my skincare company. At least she's honest about it, right? Oh my gosh. So I love when Molly Sims is on. She's just easy peasy, summer breezy. Love her. Paul and Patrick. Paul and Patrick were on talking about, I swear, Zach Noe Towers to me is Reno 911. And Paul and Patrick are also Reno 911 to me. Caricatures, absolute caricatures. Patrick hands, so Paul, I guess it was Paul who's doing an episode of some TV show. They're on set. Patrick has Snow White 90210, not the Snow Boo Boo, the real one. And one of the actresses wanted to hold her. We don't believe that. Nobody wants to actually hold Snow White 90210. She's a vicious little gremlin. And he hands her the dog. She has a fur coat on, and the dog, I can't with these fucking 2. The dog slips off and falls on the ground. Okay? And their reaction to Snow White 90210 falling on the ground had me absolutely in stitches. He's Patrick is actually crying on Jeff Lewis Live, recounting how Snow White 90210 falls on the floor. Dude, dogs are usually on the floor. This is not a fucking novel idea. And he said she just starts drooling and, well, she's got no teeth in her fucking head, so her little tongue is going to naturally hang out of the head. Grabs the dog, goes screaming through the set, doesn't even care if they're filming, and is screaming for Paul, okay? They take the dog, they rush the dog to the vet. Now, my dog got his ass beat like 6 years ago at the dog park, which I never bring my dogs to the dog park. This was the last time I brought Nene to the dog park, 2019, October of 2019. I bring Nene in the dog park. There's a little cute Frenchie. This dog takes my dog, gets his tooth under his eye and bites his head and swings Nene around. Now, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I grab my dog. I go up to the lady. She gives me a fake phone number. I take my dog to the vet. They're like, you're so lucky. He missed ripping your dog's eye out by like a shred of a hair. Nene's eye was saved. Okay, and I was like, you're going to be okay. You act like, and then the way Paul is describing, because Snow White has fur and the woman was wearing a fur, that it just like slipped right off. I couldn't. I was hysterical laughing. And the fact that he was crying, it's like the dogs, first of all, dogs belong on the ground. Second of all, why do we need to bring this dog everywhere? I have a dog, a little dog, and yes, I do bring him to certain places. I don't bring him to work. Like if there was an emergency and I had to take him to the vet right afterwards, and of course there, are circumstances where things have to happen, but the dog is staying home. The dog is staying home. And when I bring him to Sedona or when I bring him out and about, he's in his stroller and I'm not handing Nene to random people, especially if he was a biter. So Snow White is so like fresh anyway. And Jeff is like, she probably growled at the actress and the actress panicked and, Snow White, fell off her lap or something. They are a fucking trip and a half. They really, and then Jeff, talked to them about being opportunists, and we get it. Jeff is very successful. He's got a lot of connections. He has been in the business forever and ever and ever. I understand why he is a little bit cautious when he feels like people are trying to ride his coattails. I get it. Now, he knows that we all think Annie is spoiled. And I don't want to get in her way of being spoiled. He did say that he put them in business class instead of first class. And I was like, oh my gosh. But he's like, everyone knows Annie, you are my favorite. We don't want to get in the way of Annie's, all of her gifts that Jeff is going to give her. So we will also be on Team Annie. Jeff, if you love her, we love her too. She's funny. I love her reels. We're here for it. She's definitely Monroe 2.0. I wonder how Monroe is going to feel about sharing the spotlight with her. Well, see, Monroe is turning into like a little teenager already. Okay, maybe it's because they're coastal and they live in LA. New Yorkers, we do tend to grow up very quickly. We'll see. Jameson is on vacation. So we've got Jameson on vacation. I don't know, is Franck going with him? I don't know. I feel like, this is the first time Jameson has ever lived with a boyfriend. I wonder how it's going. I wonder, it's very difficult to live with somebody else. It is very difficult to live with somebody else. So especially when you've waited till you're in your 40s to live with somebody, it's like, oh my God, you know, so I wonder how that's going. Pej Vidot has been on. Oh, and somebody said, where has Jodie Sweetin been? I want to know the same thing. Where has Jodie Sweetin been? Did they have a falling out? Is Jodie Sweetin doing 9 million Hallmark movies? I would love to see Jodie Sweetin and Candice Cameron Bure or Burr or Burry or whatever her last name is on Jeff Lewis Live, because they have major beef. Jodie Sweetin is super liberal and Candice Cameron is very conservative. So I would love to see the chaos of those two. Well, Jeff doesn't get political, but it would be funny to have them on. Just something to think about. He did have Pej Vidot on. I feel like Pej hasn't been on in 9 million years, and it's because Pej moved to New York City to be closer to his doctor girlfriend. They've been together for 23 years. 23 years. You know, and she's a doctor. What are you doing? What, girl, what are you doing with Pej? She lives in Boston. She doesn't live in New York. So, and then Pej books her. Well, Pej had to book a flight for them, and it was like a 5-hour flight. He knows she doesn't like the last row. What does he book? The last row. Then they're not even in seats together. They're in opposite aisles in the middle seats, okay? Then the poor girlfriend is sat in a chair that has black mold on it. So Pej's girlfriend, I forgot your name. It's very pretty. It's unique. What, girl, what are you doing? Is Pej a Pisces? He sounds like a Pisces man. No offense to you Pisces guys, but you guys you're living in the fucking ethers, okay? Slay girl. Living in the ether. So if you haven't listened to the episode, and oh my gosh, Carnie was on too, and I love when Carnie's on. She's so funny. She gives it right back to Jeff. She was on with Zach Noe Towers. He's breaking her balls about Girl Flip, and she's saying that the girl Erica from Girl Flip wants to be Carnie's best friend in the worst way, and Carnie's like, and it's never going to happen. I have one best friend, Tiffany, and everyone cracks up. She is too funny. But Jeff is like, why are you still making Instagram posts about the kitchen? It's been done for 4 months now. Get over it. Stop. Whatever. It's hilarious. So if you haven't listened, just get the SiriusXM app. It's the best thing I ever did. It's my favorite 2 hours of the day. You know, I listen in the morning. I listen the second half at night when I come home. It's so fun. And he's so funny. And he keeps us all laughing. Can't wait to hear everything that goes down at BravoCon. And, you know, every once in a while, I'll chat with Heather McDonald on TikTok and a little Chef Stu here and there. Who knows? Who knows if Chef Stu, because I know Chef Stu is going to BravoCon. So who knows where, if there's going to be like a little tea on that. I'll definitely keep you updated. Let's see what's going on in the live chat before I got to bounce out of here. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. Why am I not in the kitchen? Because I'm in the dining room. Anyway, you guys have been great in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. What in the Kardashians? I'm the original. I'm the prototype. Yes. Like totally, girls. Slay. Oh, thank you, Cassidy. You guys are awesome. I don't know what any of that means, but hi in Korea. 감사합니다. 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 I love Korean food. I love going to Korean barbecue, and I like dated a Korean artist for, I don't know, like 4 seconds when I was doing figure modeling at SVA in New York City. And he taught me how to say thank you in Korean. Cancers live in the depths of the ocean with the Scorpios. Okay. Well, Cancers live, I feel like, on the beach, in the ocean. Scorpios are in the depths of the sea. And Pisces are la-di-da, la-di-da. But I love you guys. Leave any comments or any questions you have in the comments below. I'll jump on tomorrow, and we will obviously be covering Jeff Lewis Live today. So let me know any other topics you want to talk about, or any other, we'll chat. I love a Taurus and Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. I do. Yeah, Cassidy Musgrove. And I do love yoga. Stay tuned, you guys. Mwah. I love you, and I will see you on the next episode of The Daily Dish with Candice Cooper. Don't forget, subscribe.